All right, all right. Welcome to Soul Talk, episode 5 now. We had a little bit of a delay, but we have our own lives we're dealing with and we're still learning. And the more we learn, the more podcasts we can actually have through our experiences.
Yes.
Which has brought us to our next topic.
What's your name?
I mean, they know our names by now,
That's
but
true.
Terrell,
Samuel.
nice to meet y'all.
Yeah.
Again and again for the fifth
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Yeah.
But this episode is going to get real deep. Um, it is about the difference between what your mind wants and what your soul needs. So we're just going to dive into that and differentiate kind of the difference. It is a big difference, and we are in control of our minds and who are we?
Yes.
We is something that isn't physical that can control our thinking, and that is the real you inside. And people just have to search and find who you are, not just your name.
No, absolutely. I think so. The way this topic kind of came about is we're in conversation, um, talking about the difference between your mind's wants and your soul's needs. For me, I kind of found out, I'd say maybe 2 years ago, that the mind and soul are different. Right? We call this soul talk because we're not thinking about what you want to hear. We're not thinking about what we want to say. We're speaking from the soul. We're speaking out of truth and out of love and what's righteous, what's right. You know, I'd say the main difference between the soul and the mind is your soul is natural, right? The soul cannot be manipulated. The soul is going to want and need what it wants and needs
Mm-hmm.
naturally. You know, your mind can
Mm-hmm.
be altered by substances, can be altered by people, and by the world, by TV, by jabs, vaccines, and I don't want to,
Music,
yeah, everything.
lack of sunlight, lack of water. Yeah, it goes on and on. But everything on this earth, everything on this earth is meant to confuse us and manipulate us to veer away from our soul so that we can't live the life we're supposed to.
Nah,
It sounds bad, but there are, I mean, I think we all are very aware now
yeah.
of our government and the people who are above our government as far as UN and
I mean,
foreign relations. Go
I'd
ahead.
say that, but also think about just in day to day life, what's glorified on a social scale?
Mm-hmm.
Drugs, girls, partying, clubs, having a nice watch, all these things that don't matter. You know what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
might matter on a social level, but or I should say on a societal level, not even on a social level. Um, but none of these things really matter, right? So we're raised to want to be cool. You know, you feel like a loser in school if you're not around the cool kids talking about inappropriate shit in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's subliminal from the jump. You know, and the music we listen to about murdering people and hurting people and selling dope and all this kind of stuff. Um, we have to know that your soul controls your mind, and it has to be by choice. It has to be intentional. If you're one of these brainwashed pigeons, um, then you'll continue to live the way that they want you to live, and that's just the way it is. You have to fight back and revolt against
I mean, yeah, it's just they come at us every angle. Very, very difficult, but you just have to understand the angles and think about everything you're doing because it's always meant to control you. They want you to jump off the cliff and not turn back.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say you have to control your own mind because we're not physical. So I say whenever we say that, you know, he said in the beginning, who are we? Who are you? You know, I'm not Samuel. Samuel's the name my parents gave me whenever I was born. But who am I? Well, I'm me. I'm my body. Yeah, but that's Sam's body. You know, we say ourselves, we say our body. Who's our? You know, who are we really?
Mm-hmm.
Who are we whenever we have these conversations? Where does your love come from? You know, where does your soul talk come from?
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like to you?
I mean, where does it come from?
Who are you?
It just pretty much asking yourself and conversations with yourself. Conversate with yourself. Do you think this is a good idea? Is this a good idea? Just all in your head. all in your head, just conversate.
Yeah.
Is this a cool person? Do I want to go here? Is this what we really want to do? And once you start to realize that, you can control your emotions because then it's like, do I want to be mad? Let me think about the situation. Okay, I have everything I need. I'm gonna be a little upset. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little upset. Now that I'm upset, can I hit this person? No, we're in public, or maybe yes, we're in the basement at a party. You know, and it just I'm just saying, based on situations and everything, you have to um, abide by those situations and the options. If you veer away from those because of your emotion and you're not thinking, then you can make the wrong decision. So once you learn to conversate with yourself,
Yeah.
then you find yourself.
I would say partially for me. So I'll give the example I told you this morning of my, this is my personal growth. This is real shit. I was told something by somebody that was very close to me, and they told me that I'd never achieve something that I plan on achieving within the next 5 to 6 months. Um, and that really hurt me, like bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody you love, and they look you dead in the face, and they have no faith in you whatsoever. And so for me, my first reaction was to call somebody that I love or somebody that I know is going to talk truth into me, and I had to um, deny myself that privilege. And it feeds into the struggling produces growth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit here and take this with my own emotions. I'm gonna talk myself through it, and by myself, I talked that negativity into motivation, that negativity, excuse me, that negativity into positivity. You know, and what he told me this morning was, whenever that thing is said, you should look at them if you have confidence within yourself, if you know you're doing the right thing, to take the steps to achieve this goal, you should laugh. It should be funny because you're so confident in yourself and you know 2 plus 2 is 4. They're telling you 8. Um, you know, so I mean, whatever that looks like to you, whether it's hanging out with the wrong people and they're telling you 8, 8, 8, doing drugs is fun, doing drugs is cool, whatever it is, it's 4. You know that shit ain't cool. Even from a young kid, you know right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this is common sense that we refuse to look at. It's common sense that we deny because we want to be cool in whatever environment we're in. We want to fit in. We want the girl, whatever it is. Um, and so having that conversation with yourself, it allows you, one, to grow the connection between your soul and your mind. It allows your soul to have control,
Mm-hmm.
right? It allows you to say, I'm not going to let this affect me, and it's not going to.
Mm-hmm. It's leading with your intuition
Yes.
because you follow your intuition, and that's when you have it down. That's kind of just what you do, and that's what creates your um, just equal level because you're just following your intuition. I do that for the majority of the time for myself.
I
Like
say all the
I
time.
just sit back, all the time. I just don't want to seem like that, but yeah, all the time I'm just following my intuition, and whatever the intuition thinks is it's gonna follow and do the right thing. So the more you follow your intuition, the closer and closer you'll get to your true path because not only listening to your intuition is because that's what God is and that's who God is voicing through the intuition. Like it's linked with the spiritual world, so you can get advice that you wouldn't get from worldly resources.
Absolutely.
So
I think for me, whenever I started following my intuition, um, even to this day, I'm still very young in this journey. I'd even consider you young in this journey, even though you're more mature than I am. But you're never technically old in this journey until you die.
mm-hmm,
But for me, I'd say I follow my intuition 60% of the time,
mm-hmm,
65, somewhere around there. It's gone up more recently, but I don't deserve that credit yet because I need consistency. But through that, you're gonna be in a situation. Let's say you go out with your friends one night and they want to go to this bar, or they want you to do something, and you just have that gut feeling that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't be here, you shouldn't talk to this person. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in that situation and I've rejected that feeling and and said, "Fuck all that. I'm gonna come do my thing. I want to be cool, whatever it is," and it's ended up bad for me, you know. And it's always gonna end up bad whenever you don't follow your intuition, or not even bad, just worse than it should be,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel like
Because you're going against it, and that's
exactly,
God's plan.
exactly.
Ha ha ha! What a coincidence.
Nah, it all coincides. It all
So you're
just
going against it, and that's when you get involved with the karmic challenges and karma because you have to learn from those mistakes, and those mistakes are you not following your intuition. So
for following God.
exactly, same thing.
It's funny you say that because I think of that and I think you don't follow God's plan, you're met with the devil's plan.
Mm.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
follow your intuition, you don't follow God, you're gonna get met with the devil.
Yeah,
And that's
that's why they say an idle mind is a devil's playground.
yes. I've also heard though that if you're not being tempted, you're not doing something correctly. But I feel like also you can put yourself in a situation intentionally to be tempted. Is it your fault you're in a situation to where you're met with a bad choice? Are
Mm-hmm.
you hanging around these
Mm-hmm.
people intentionally to where
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna offer you this shit?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be put in a position to say yes or no, and subconsciously what you're gonna say before that even happens.
That's why I told you the other day about being accountable, and that's once you get more in touch with your intuition, that's that conversation that you have with yourself.
Yes.
This is all my fault. Whatever situation that went wrong or didn't go as planned or it didn't go even 100% perfect, you can learn from, say, it was 95% great day. That 5%, you can say, okay, it's not because if it wasn't just from that guy, it would have been a great day. No, if you weren't around him, if you didn't make yourself available, if you make yourself 100% accountable, you can learn twice as much.
And accountability doesn't mean beating yourself up, right? So I can only talk about myself in that situation he's referring to. I was put in a position in a situation where things weren't necessarily my fault, and I say it wasn't. But what happens whenever I say that it's completely my accountability is that I can only grow from that decision. I don't go to a certain place at a certain time. I follow these certain rules. I don't do this. I don't do that. What decisions did I make to lead up to that bad decision on somebody else's behalf? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and all accountability can do for you is promote growth. All it can do is allow you to see your mistakes, even though they might not be big mistakes. They could be in the future. Um, I'd say going into that, your mental wants um, is going to affect your spiritual and soulful needs, right? And vice versa. So if like the next point is um, your soul's needs only advance personal growth. Majority of the time, your mental wants are going to be temptation. It's going to be a sinful nature, um, and we've had this conversation with people about that. That's natural. That it's natural to want to do drugs. It's natural to want to go do parties, and it's not. It's bullshit. You might be programmed to think that way.
It's natural to not do those
Exactly. I
things.
would say their definition of natural is what they are manipulated into thinking they want to do.
Of course, it's the mind being controlled. In that case, by the substance, because it's looking through the spiritual effect and only the physical effect.
Yeah, like I know for me, whenever I was doing drugs, it was like, why do I want to do these drugs? Because I don't want to feel my emotional side. I don't want to deal with the problems that are in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, whatever the case is. I just want to get away. I just want to have fun. I just want to let go. Y'all are all.
Disconnect,
I
yeah.
can't tell you how many times Tim and I have been told that we are too serious or you're just always thinking about problems, and that's not the case. We're just realists. Life's fucking hard, and you have to be strict on yourself in order to succeed. And that's on any scale: financial, emotional, spiritual, even on a love level. Me and T have to be strict on ourselves and on each other in order to maintain this relationship with one another, this friendship with one another. Same thing with your family. You can't just be fucking off and expect your family to treat you the same as you would be if you were a Yale graduate student.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not natural. So I would say, yeah, like right here, it says mental wants majority of the time hinder personal growth due to worldly manipulation. So your mental wants naturally are your soulful wants. But we
But
live in a simple world.
yeah, people jump off the cliff right away and don't turn back. You know, it's too late to turn back because they already did it.
You want to remind
Whatever.
you want to remind them what jumping off the cliff means in case we have new viewers.
Um. Okay, so it is a picture of the edge of a cliff. There is a wolf jumping off the edge of the cliff, trying to attack or kill a bird, and the bird's gonna fly away, of course, and the wolf has already leaped. So he was being controlled to the max that he killed himself, essentially. So that just that picture speaks volume to just a lot of other situations where you're being controlled, pretty much. Think about it twice. Think about the situation before you jump off the cliff. So, what was I saying?
You're referring to the world of manipulation.
Yes, that's why people dive into it
Exactly.
because they're just jumping off the cliff. Ooh, McDonald's. Let me just pull in. Hey, I'm already at the drive-through and paid. It's too late. You jumped off the cliff.
Yeah.
Like you got to think twice about what you're doing. I've been told before that just about people asking why I eat the way I do. I'm very disciplined and been a 6 year vegan, this and that. Um, and they're like, wow. This one particular person was like, wow, it's you have to be very conscious.
For the conscious and for the genuine.
So I just thought it was funny. Like, what does that mean? Like, I didn't really dive into it. I just in my head had a conversation with myself. Like, so the other half of that is, so are you not conscious?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that, and that's a lot of people though. And if people can be honest with themselves, people don't like to be conscious. People try their best not to be conscious.
I would argue, yes, the last point that you are conscious, but you allow yourself to make so many excuses to why you shouldn't be, or you shouldn't follow your initial reaction, or like you said, I'm already in the drive-through and paid. It's too late. You can still drive out that bitch and lose your money. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
You're
But
$5 for 20 burgers.
yeah, exactly. Horse meat. You know what I mean? But um,
No disrespect.
not
We want
disrespect.
everyone to grow. Still, we don't want to attack people that are sensitive and
Of
other
course,
ways. You have to
I I
accommodate
agree.
everyone,
Of
accommodate
course.
everyone
I
because
mean,
we
I
want growth
agree.
in everyone.
The reason the reason I said disrespect is because as somebody that's overweight, I don't deserve any leeway. I don't deserve any.
But you're different. You're personal,
Yeah, but I mean, no, even
and that's how you learn. Like I said, some people can
that's
take it
true. Some people learn
sensitive and
differently.
say he's he's an arrogant asshole. I'm not listening to him just because of the way I'm saying it.
That's true.
Just like Andrew Tate.
Don't mention his
Just
fucking
you
name.
know,
Yeah,
but just because of the way he projects his opinions, facts, people don't listen to it and are feeling attacked.
mm,
And those are the people, of course, that have, of course, haven't controlled their emotions and
yeah,
because they're being led by them and
yeah.
to where they can't see truth.
That's
But
something that, and I mean, you've known me for a long time now. You know that that's something that for you guys, that's something that I still am growing in is approaching people in the right way. I don't approach people necessarily in the wrong way because it's all out of a pure heart and love. But I learn a certain way, and like you said, a lot of people don't learn that way, or they learn a different way. And so, in order to reach everybody and to reach all of our audience, I can't say things like that. I can't say disrespect
you can
because
say things like that though. But you just have to accommodate for
yeah,
the other
they
side
also
too.
don't know me. Whenever I say disrespect, it's partially a joke. But it's partially serious. So whatever. We're getting off topic. But yeah, just like McDonald's, just like drugs, just like drinking every night, and not just like going out for a drink or having wine like us, but like drinking with a reason, a bad reason, or emotional drinking, emotional eating, using it as a crutch.
Yeah, uncontrolled and
Yes,
irresponsible if that's a
yes,
thing. But
it is.
no, I know it is. Like it's a joke with
Yeah.
not a joke. But people drink to the point where they're not themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, people. We've said that before. People look at us like we're crazy. Like we don't like getting shit faced. We don't like getting blackout drunk. We don't like falling down in the middle of the street. We enjoy drinking. We go out, we do our little thing, whatever, but you cannot allow yourself to be out of control. Just like we said, your soul must control your mind at all times in order
You
to
can't be
succeed.
unconscious.
Yes,
hmm
yes. But so how do you grow? This is a question we asked after we talked about this topic. How do you grow? What are tools that you can use to connect your soul and mind, or to live more in the conscious, live more in your soul? And I wrote down my personal thing was meditation. It was, which is the same as yours, conversating with yourself. Sitting there and really thinking about who you are, what you want to be, and what you're meant to be. If I wanted to be an NFL athlete, but I'm here made to love people, it
hmm
wouldn't work. Sure, I could love people and spread that message through that job, but what is your purpose? What are you here for? Everybody has strengths and weaknesses,
hmm
and I feel like a lot of people try to play into something they're not. You know,
Because of the society, man.
of course,
Every time it leads
it's
back
a
into
form
it.
of manipulation.
hmm
But talk about conversating with yourself because you have more experience in that than I
I mean, I did kind of dive into it a little bit of what it takes, but I will say, like, meditation is big, especially if I think it's. So I don't want to disrespect meditation, but I would like to do it sometime, and I know the benefits, and I have read on it, and there's a lot of great benefits. But I feel like I talk to myself a lot, um, so I looked at it as like mini intervals of meditation
do.
throughout my days because I'm
Yes.
always conversating with myself and always asking those questions, which is why we started this podcast. So I can help also relay these messages
Yeah.
because I already am fully aware that you have to know yourself. And I think once people get too far gone into the world, meditation is like forcing a conversation with
It's true.
yourself. Um, so that is the way to break that cycle and then continue to talk to yourself after perfecting meditation.
Mm. See, for me, the way I thought about that was if I'm overly stressed or see, I like the way you put that, like referencing back to the other day whenever I was told something that I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, that was meditation on my way to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking to myself and telling myself how I should take it, and
Mm-hmm.
fuck them if they don't feel that way, or whatever it is. That's no, it's one and the same for sure. I think if you're sitting there meditating and you're not thinking about anything, you're asleep. You're not really meditating.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation is made to produce growth and really deep
Mm-hmm.
think on your problems and who you are and how you
That's
react.
why sometimes some music that's being played, boom, 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 da, da,
Who's your
da, da,
partner, me?
boom, 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 this and that. Like I can't hear myself
Yeah.
think. I want to grow and elevate, and that's um, congesting my thoughts to
Mm.
where it can't grow. So that's why, I mean, for some time now, I've been listening to 432 hertz type music, a lot of smooth music, something my brain will know as far as my intuition. When you really tap in, you follow your intuition, it'll decide everything for you. So once I hear certain songs, I know whether if my brain can grow from that or not. Can I think of something else while this song is being played?
Mm.
Or if I even like the song that much, can I sing the lyrics and will it coincide with my thoughts?
Or your message.
Yeah.
And I'll mention this as well. What was it? Like maybe just a few months ago, whenever you told me about having music in the background or the music you listen to is going to be subliminal. Even if you're sitting here studying, writing on your notebook or whatever, your brain is still picking up on what you're listening to. And
Mm-hmm.
recently, I'd say within the past couple of months, we've been listening to like a lot of like Daniel Caesar or Brent Faya. It's just more relaxed music or ascending music. Music that empowers you and encourages you.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole life, like I've really been big on rap. Like I talked about the music of people killing people and selling drugs, and I've listened to that a lot of my life. And I find myself in my car wanting to listen to more chill shit now. Wanting to listen to love songs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if I want to turn up, I will, but it doesn't feel like me.
there's this lyric um, in a Lauryn Hill song, but the lyric it just speaks a lot to I think my soul. I think just the souls in general. If I don't have love, then I am nothing at all. So that's why I try to consciously show love, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm looked at as a savage kind of sometimes, and not with a lot of emotions, but I actually do have a lot. It's just showed in a different way. It's showed in a really meticulous way.
Yeah, I would say me and you, it goes back to the yin and yang. That's why we refer to our relationship a lot like that because you're very, the way, I'll give an example. Me and him go out to eat, he gives me the best bite of his vegetables because he wants me to have the vegetables because he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm just very, like, yo, you look nice. Like, yo, like, I'm going to show love how love is dealt, but he shows love in ways that are going to improve me, which is something I strive to do. Like, I'm not going to touch too much on this, but I took my sister a few months ago to Whataburger because she was having a bad day. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I took her to Whataburger and I came here after, and T's like, "Why the fuck did you take her to Whataburger?" I was like, "Well, she's having a bad day. I wanted to cheer her up." And he said, "Well, she's having a bad day, and then you are killing her after." It sounds bad, but that's the fucking truth. So, a couple weeks after, a week after, she's having a bad day. I got her acai bowl, and she loved it. I got her, real food for the soul, real, like some real shit. And that was love. So,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's you have friends that are on drugs or whatever it is, they're having a bad day, don't bring them some fucking bars or like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, bring them some detox medication or like, bring them some water. You know what I'm saying? Like, show love in a way that's going to improve somebody's life rather than hinder it. And don't.
I mean, it also ties into like who you are. And that's why I'm looked at as a somewhat of emotionless because I can, my love is based on action. So
Mm,
you can say anything you want. So,
you
but
love
what are
me.
you doing? And that's why I show my love through action because this is what I've done. This is what I'm
Yeah.
doing. There's nothing to say.
If you love me, act like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's some real shit.
I was gonna refer to something else. Um, oh, it also ties into the wise man once said nothing. Because all of these things can be goes unsaid. Everything can go unsaid. So once you can control your emotions and find yourself and follow your intuition, you just move accordingly.
Mm.
And you don't have to even say a word, and you can understand people's action and see who they are
I love that quote
and see
because,
who I am. That's
yeah.
why I say, please look at me, please judge me, because I'm gonna show love with
Mm.
action.
No, and that quote, in any relationship you guys have, I mean, I just want to push that quote again because it's like, think about your family. I'm thinking about my personal relationships right now. I cannot say a word to him about loving him, about us being brothers, about how good of a relationship we have, because my actions are going to prove that.
Right.
Our actions towards each other. I'm going to pour that wine for you. I'm going to do right by you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you. And that should go unfucking said. He knows that he's my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, with anything, with absolutely anything. I think we already talked about going through struggle alone allows you to grow and strive. Um, I think a lot of people are scared of struggle.
I was gonna tap in on struggle.
I'm scared of struggle. I feel like we all have a personal fear of it.
Mm-hmm. Think about it like working out. Um,
Mhm.
Working out is a struggle to hop into it.
Yeah.
If you work out too, and you ride the bike and you get off, you ride the bike. I've done that a lot of times in my life, and hopping into it 5 days a week, 5 days a week, and getting prepared for the months and months of 5 days a week. it's hard to jump back into it, but you know the rewards from it because you've done it before. So you can use that with struggle with everything. You know, say you want to get a new car, the payments, this and that. Dive into that, and you're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna love the rewards. Of course, don't jump off the
Yeah. Yeah.
cliff, but with your intuition, confidently, you can dive into something that you're confident
Yes.
about, and not be afraid of the struggle or fear because you know you're gonna learn from it. You're gonna get better from it.
I feel like with something in the beginning, I can talk from more of a beginner standpoint with these kind of things. You know, I've been working out recently. I don't know if you can tell. But you know, in the beginning, it is hard to get up every morning and go to the gym, um, and it's a lot harder to do these things whenever you don't love yourself. You know, it's a lot harder to do these things whenever you're not confident in your ability, and not just working out. You know, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new relationship, maybe it's a new friendship. You know, I'm gonna be scared to talk to a girl if I don't love myself because I feel like I can't provide nothing to you. You know, I'm scared to go to the gym because I don't have any faith in myself. I can't provide anything for this girl. I can't provide anything for myself. How the fuck could I go to the gym and put in work? You know, I have no faith and confidence in myself. I'm saying in the beginning, you know, you have to
Yeah.
have some sort of small goal building to put accountability in yourself and understand that I am the man. I am going to do
Definitely,
it.
you
And
can, you can, you
of
can, you
course,
can.
of
Yeah.
course. Why was I just going off about
No,
me?
I'm just reiterating and affirming, like
Yes.
with everything that you're doing. Yes, you can.
Hmm.
Yes, you can. You don't have to think about it or negotiate. Maybe
Exactly.
I can. Just how? Okay. When? That's the next question.
Do you think
You
that
already know you can.
those coincide with one another, loving yourself and that kind of attitude?
Mm,
Because like in the beginning, you
I
say,
think you can. You for some people they'll have to fake it until they make it,
yeah.
and then they'll forget. Like, oh, I remember when I didn't believe it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is in the beginning, it's kind of like you have to force it because whenever you force it and then you accomplish it, you love yourself more.
It's like everything practice makes perfect, man.
Exactly, and it kind of goes back and forth and it builds one another at the same time. You know, it's different stuff. Do you have more on struggle that you want to speak on?
No, that was really it. Just I just wanted to say like, don't be afraid of it.
No,
That's one
don't.
of them things. Face it, face up.
I'm gonna
You're
get
not
that.
gonna.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. Nah, because I love that so much. This is something that he told me a minute ago, to where, um, you know, I'm avoiding my demons. I'm avoiding my struggles.
Problems.
Yeah, I got this problem right here, and I'm looking away, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing something else. Fuck you! I don't
Why
want
it's
to look at
weighing
you.
you down, controlling
Exactly.
your emotions, agitated, and you don't know why. But if
He's
you're being honest with yourself, and maybe some people know, maybe you tell people and they know why, and you don't want to deal with it though, instead of facing that right in your face and dealing with it.
yeah. I mean, for men and women, I was gonna say, you know, being a man about it, but that's just a figure of speech. You know, that takes courage and bravery, and we all have that in us. You know, we all have the empowerment to look the demon in its face and say, you know, I'm gonna conquer you. You know, you have the ability to look the devil in the face and say no. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it
Mm-hmm.
takes courage. It takes practice. It's hard. It is hard, man. It's hard growing, but I swear to God, it's
And the
worth it.
devil can be coming home after work and sitting on the couch watching TV.
Exactly.
Like any battle that you're having is the devil, and you have to face all those battles in the face
Mm.
so that you can clear them out the way, and then you'll be free and have yourself and say, what do I want to do?
I'll
Not what's on TV
sorry,
or
keep going.
not what's who's doing that and who's doing this. What am I gonna do? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna allow this to feed us into the final point of facing those demons. We have down about friends and different kind of friendships and relationships you can have. I have a lot of experience with this. I don't know. A lot of you guys watching this, maybe you smoke weed or maybe you do drugs or drink, and you have those friends that you go over there and all you do is smoke and you talk bullshit and then you leave. And the only reason that you stay another 30 minutes is to smoke another blunt. You know, and that's the honest truth with some relationships. I've had those friends my whole life, and comparative to a real relationship, a real friendship, there's production involved. I come over here you see the chessboard right here. Me and T relax and we're playing chess still. We're still growing every second. What can we do? What can we do? We're learning about wine. Have a friend that you have a soulful connection with, not a mental connection with. You know, somebody that's gonna push you to be a better man, a better woman. Somebody that's gonna encourage modesty and humility in you. You know, and face those demons, man. Face those friends that you just bullshit with, that bring you down, that waste your time. I'd say encourage them first to get on some different shit, to get on some soulful shit if you really love those people. But that's what I had to do. I had to cut people off that I fucking love, that I really fuck with, but you're not doing anything for me, and I can't do anything for you because you're at your capacity with me. You
Yeah,
know,
it's just like saying I love you over here.
exactly. Loving
That's
people
all.
from a
You gotta
distance.
hate them. I'll just be over here. I love you.
No, you don't have to hate them. That coming across that way?
No, I know. I just think it's just a funny saying. Just
Nah, yeah.
like I'm over here, but I
Yeah.
love you. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you.
It's those people that you don't talk to, but you still dap them up whenever you pass them,
All
you
right.
know? Um, and man, I just want to encourage you guys to be better. Same thing with us, to be
Yeah, and,
better.
and especially this whole episode, protect your ethereal body, protect your spirit, protect your soul, and just think about how everything is going to affect you because it's your soul. You know, someone at work, it's funny, might be watching, like, I like making a joke, I'm gonna die, or I'm so scared to die, and I made it kind of a subliminal joke, like, y'all gonna die, I'm gonna live forever. My physical might
You say
die.
that to me a lot.
I say my physical might die, my
Yeah.
body won't be here, but I'm gonna live forever, wherever I am. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what we talked about today.
I'm gonna feed off that because I'm just having my own thoughts right now. Whenever you say that, it's like yes. I'm not gonna live forever, but my love will. Our message will.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's somebody that's watched this podcast or it's gonna be somebody in 50 years that feels the same way we do, there's always gonna be us. You know,
And I don't even mean it in that way.
what do you mean it as?
In the spiritual realm,
Oh, of
feel
course.
like
Yeah.
we don't know what's after this. We don't know who we are. You know what I'm saying?
We have no answers.
Who are we? Who is Terrell? I decide to walk and move my legs, and I'm controlling all of
Who's
this.
I?
Yeah, but what is this? What's going on?
No, I just got shit, and that happens to me. I've only had that conversation. I've only had twice with people to where, like, you're probably feeling the same way I do. It's like I'm looking at you, but I'm not talking to your body. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, you gotta
Looking at the
really
windows of the soul.
exactly. And so, but I mean, with all that said, man, please
Protect your ethereal body.
yes,
That's the
protect your
note.
soul.
That's the first line of existence on this earth is your ethereal body. We have multiple bodies up until the physical, but your ethereal is who you are. So follow Etheric Nutrition on Instagram if you want to learn more health conscious things. Yeah, go ahead. Shout it out.
Nah, follow Luxury Films LLC for photo shoots, family shoots, solo shoots, all that videography as well.
As well as workcrew.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Work Crew. It's gonna be workcrew.bigcartel.com. Got merch. We're going to get some new merch going here in the next week or two. We have a lot of great things on there. T-shirts coming out. We have the Valentine's Day shirts that we didn't wear today, but we wore last episode. Those are on there. Those are fucking dope.
Some really good stuff. Really good prices and support. Houston local business. So
Yes.
we appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment though.
I could never take you seriously.
But for real, man, we want to get this message out here, not only just for us or just to build. Like, no, we just want to get the message and help people. So like, subscribe, comment, and please comment. So we want feedback as well as topics, subjects. What do you think? Do you don't agree? If you don't agree, we can chop it up. Maybe we can bring you on. If you have something different to say or anything.
We love different opinions. We love conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We want to connect with you guys, but we can't see who's viewing this. So
And even if you feel that you understand what we're saying and you can say the same things, and you have information to bring or resources, that we talk about, just please comment. But
well, we love you guys. Please stay conscious. Please stay genuine and protect yourself at all costs. We
all
love
right.
you guys.